My name is Linda Carlson, and not only am I a PE teacher here, I'm also a community member and a taxpayer and a parent of 2 future OPRF students. I've taught here for 27 years, and I don't look like it. And in that time, PE spaces, which are our classrooms, let me be clear, because this narrative is not out there and I'm extremely frustrated. These are our PE classrooms. They have not been improved in my 27 years. I want to tell you, I really appreciate getting the chance and thanking you for listening to the physical education perspective that is often let out of public discussions. And when it is included in public discussions, there's a lot of falsehood. Our department teaches close to 2,400 kids every day from 7 to 3:11. Yes, at 7, there's a 0-hour period of PE. Before I continue, I want you to stop and think about what is your narrative about physical education. Don't be embarrassed about it. We hear it all the time. What your experience might have been in high school. But let me be clear, this is not your PE experience from high school, nor is it mine. I'm 51, and I'm quite embarrassed about my experience from high school. We are not teaching square dance anymore, by the way. In our classrooms, you will find world dance, where musical theater is taught, tap, modern, African, and hip hop dance, company dance, where students get superior instruction for their post-secondary careers, a nationally recognized self-defense program for all of our sophomores. Let me be clear, people call me and these 2 gentlemen all the time to get the curriculum for that across the country. We are talking about important things, but not limited to healthy relationships, dating violence, sexual assault, and consent. We have wellness classes that focus on mental health, just not physical well-being. We practice yoga, mindfulness, and meditation. We have a class that I know you would all like to take. It's called Foods and Fitness. We have an adventure education class that is second to none, where there is rock climbing, high ropes courses, archery, kayaking, ice skating, and biking. We have a sports medicine class. Yes, that's a PE class. We have a sports medicine class. We teach lifetime fitness with heart rate monitors, lifetime strength training, racket sports, badminton, tennis, and that ever so popular one right now, pickleball. We also have team sports, and yes, we have swimming. It's a life skill for all students. We swim from 8 to 3:11. We swim from 8 to 3:11. Each freshman and sophomore take swimming. Let me just paint a picture of swim class. Students come in, they get tested to see where they should place. We have students that are terrified of the water. I've had students whose fingers are clinging to the ladder. Those what we call our non-swimmers or beginners. I affectionately call them my Nemos. The next level, who aren't as terrified and can get in and kind of get across the wave, but they're not strong swimmers and they're not comfortable in deep water. They're still in the shallow end. I like to affectionately call them, or as we do many female teachers, thank you, Regina Gunn, for this, we call them sea turtles. Then when they get to the deeper end, if they're capable there, they're pretty strong swimmers, but they still need to learn more. We call them the Dories because they just need to keep swimming. And then, yes, we do have advanced kids in our classes. We have kids that are lifeguards. We have kids that are on swim team and water polo. And guess what they do? They come and teach our Nemos and Dories. Just like if you have children or you experienced your nieces or nephews or someone in your life, when they go to swim lessons, there's someone in the pool with that non-swimmer. It doesn't matter if they're 55, 35, or 3, or 16. They need that one-on-one or two-on-one instruction. So those advanced kids are invaluable. And let me be clear, the relationships in those small groups are amazing to see. And it's also amazing to see those kids who are clinging to the ladder, screaming as, Miss Carlson, you gotta look at me 4 weeks later, and how proud they are, even though they're using flippers, that they made it across the water. They feel safe in water. I want to say again, we use the pools from 8 to 3:11. They are a classroom. If you were to walk around from 7 to 3:11 on a school day, you would see these wonderful classes occurring. You would also see our student body represented because PE provides the unique and important opportunity for all students to be in a class, all genders, all races, all physical abilities in an untracked environment. That's an important opportunity to have in our high school career. All of the PE classrooms are for all of our students, all of our students. I'd like to close with a few stories over my career. In that southeast corner, you know that there's not an elevator. I had a student who was very good at wheelchair basketball and was in my basketball class. It was located on the 3rd floor in the 3 South gym. Daily, he would have to go to the old end of the building, go to the 3rd floor on the elevator, come down toward the southeast corner, only to be stopped by 2 stairs. There was no way to get down them. So daily, 2 of my students would carry his wheelchair and him down the stairs so he could participate in our class. Eventually, a ramp was built there. In no way is it ADA compliant. I've heard, hey, do you really have buckets that you teach around? Did you just put that up for a picture? For 27 years, I walk up to that 3 East and 3 South gym, and I hope I can get all my instructional time. I hope that there's no distractions. But I can't even begin to count how many times I've had to teach around multiple buckets or steps that we've had to put upside down, or we've had to say, we're going to have to put our lesson in half because I have to move my whole class to the other end of the gym because the ceilings are leaking, or there's a quiet moment in class only to be distracted by a stream coming down the windows. Last week, I needed equipment up in the 3 South gym. I had to go down under the boys' locker rooms into the basement with the mice, yes, and the cockroaches and the mold into a basement where it's been flooded several times. The ceiling has been cut out because of the mold. And quite honestly, I'm thankful I had to wear a mask there. I then had to push 2 carts up a ramp. And I didn't have to go this far this time, thank God, because there's a new elevator right here. I went to the 3rd floor only to get to those 2 stairs and go down that ramp, but it ran into the door because it's not ADA compliant. Then I get to my closet I need to store it in. I'm fighting with baseball pitching machines, softball machines, softball equipment. I'm not upset. Athletics need storage too. But I don't want anyone, and especially you all, to think that when we say we need storage, we need it desperately. And as Lynn has said, it really impacts our instructional time as we're fighting with other equipment to get the equipment we need for that day and set up for our class. And by the way, my class is in a gym, that's in a closet outside in the hallway. So I have to walk down to the hallway to get the equipment just to bring it into my gymnasium. Lastly, about 7 years ago, I discovered by talking to a gender nonconforming student that many of them were changing in a bathroom on the 1st floor by my office. Not only is that upsetting, but that bathroom is disgusting. There's no privacy in there. So I fought for them. I said, we need to find them a space. And what we did is we found that the girls' athletic room, the locker room, was not being used during the day, obviously. So we use that now as our all gender locker room. We have well over 40 students in there. I can't tell you the harm that it does to students when they are in that locker room and still say, there's still signs that say girls' bathroom. It is not okay that our gender non-conforming students don't have a designated space. We don't see them. They know they are not seen. They know this is just a little fix, but it's just another microaggression. It's another dig at them. You're not welcome here. You're not seen in this space. Thank you for listening to a perspective that is often, like I said, left out of public discussions. Thank you for considering approving the Phase 2 building plan. It's way, way overdue. The southeast corner of the building is not even close to those things that are best.